Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Gluttons for Geekdom. I'm Nick James.
And I am Bobby Deuce.
Yeah, you had a cool name, so I'm going to try out my middle name. I like it better than my last name. Like it better than my last name.
Nick James.
Nick James. And I can also do the Nick James,
Eye.
bitch. Ooh, Private Eye is better. Nick James. Dick. Do. That's Court. I don't know why I thought that was Private Eye.
Boo-doo-doo-doo.
How are you, sir?
Dun-dun. I'm all right.
We got some fun stuff to talk about.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Another Game of Thrones happened.
Oh man.
And what did we do on Saturday? Do you remember?
I'm trying to think back.
We saw some motherfucking Civil War.
Yes, we did.
Yeah,
We
no,
saw
it was
the
great.
motherfucker.
Don't worry, don't tune out. We are not going spoilers. No spoilers in this episode. It'll be one of the only times, we're gonna
Bite our tongues
yeah.
about all the crazy shit that
we're
happened.
just kind of gonna talk just a little bit about it, just to fuel your rage and your excitement to go see this flick.
Oh, Civil War.
It's awesome.
Make it happen.
It's really, really good, guys. First, we just have some other kind of stuff to go through. Krypton is actually happening on Sci-Fi now. This actually has been in the works for a while, but now it's greenlit. It is going to happen. There's a full series all about Krypton. And I'm sure the elves will make an appearance, but I don't think it'll rest on their shoulders completely.
An issue with me is that it's going to be on Sci-Fi.
I don't trust them 100%.
Yeah, I'm like, it's Sci-Fi is a network.
Sharknado.
Yeah, it's a network that has just like campy sci-fi like sort of movies and
But
sci-fi and fantasy movies and that type of shit.
Sci-Fi gets one pass, though, because of Face Off. I'm a giant Face Off fan.
Mm-hmm. It's on Sci-Fi?
It is on Sci-Fi.
It's a weird channel
It
for it
is
to be
one
on.
of their original programs, so
That's cool.
I'll give them one pass, and I'll sit down, and just because it's Superman 2, I'll give it a go.
Mm-hmm.
That already had me, but I do like Face Off, so they can have one pass.
Well, it's not really Superman, it's Krypton.
That's close enough. Do you think we're going to get a popcorn, Jiffy Pop, Reynolds Wrap wearing looking Marlon Brando Krypton? Or do you think we're going to get a kind of, what was that planet from Avatar? Pandora flying, giant armor wearing Russell Crowe Krypton? Old versus new, where do you think they'll settle in between? If at all, or do you think they'll go for one or the other?
They might settle somewhere in the middle. I would think I would say, animated series maybe. The way at the beginning of the animated series, the way they look.
They look good. And he's got like the gold.
Yeah, the gold
headband,
thing on there.
Then the red coming down. It looks
Yeah.
like a onesie, but it kind of also looks like a.
Well, he has like the black. He has the black
Yeah.
unitard on there, and then he has the red like gownish sort of thing.
I didn't want to say gown. It almost, what's not a tarp or a poncho almost.
Poncho.
A poncho, but without the bigger shoulders. So it just goes through his head and then down his front and back. He looks.
Yeah.
That's pretty sci-fi. I mean, pretty advanced as well. I'm trying to like really place their technology. Do you
Yeah.
think that they'll have doors that go, psh, or do you think they'll still use doorknobs? Like how far into?
I think their doors are going to go. Zzz.
Yeah, probably. I mean, stuff flying around them too, like we
Mm-hmm.
got to see in Zack Snyder's with like the readout and computers and stuff.
Yeah, I think it'll be fairly futuristic. I mean, that's probably the big draw for it. It's going to be a futuristic land, and they're just dealing with their futuristic shit.
Yeah, well, because you could go so many places. I mean, just being a zoologist on that planet could probably lead you down how many seasons if you want it to last you.
Is it confirmed that it's not going to follow the elves?
No.
Because I don't see them making a Krypton series without it like having something to do with the elves.
I think that's silly because, I mean, he's such a big deal on Earth. Like, they were also really big on Krypton, too.
Mm-hmm.
Because eventually, if they really do focus on Jor-El, they know in the series, the series has to end. Because the fucking planet has to explode. So they can only have so much time. So I
I'm
think that they're going to put it farther past.
They don't have to follow. They don't have to follow like Jor-El and
like maybe his ancestors.
maybe yeah, they could do like something with an L of the past, or maybe it's Jor-El's father. And you see little baby Jor-El running around every now and then in a scene.
Yeah, except they did Jor-El and he meets Lara and they're like, huh, Kal-El, what a nice name, or something dumb like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just, don't do that, please. X-Men post-credit scene has been confirmed, but it's a Marvel movie, so I was kind of expecting it.
Yeah.
The last one we got, though, was for Apocalypse. If you remember the little boy, girl kind of looking kid making all the pyramids come together.
Yeah.
But I also, I answered my own question before I asked it. I was going to say that led us up to Apocalypse, obviously. Mm-hmm. But if Apocalypse is the last one in this kind of burst, I believe, what would they lead us up to? And then it's probably the next Old Man Logan is probably what it is, actually. That's what I answered my own question with,
Okay.
sorry. If I had to assume, because Wolverine, you know, some people said that it was spoiled. Like, why did you put it in the trailer, the latest trailer for Apocalypse? You know, we had help and snit, and you see the claws, which are adamantium, by the way. Last time we left them in the past, they were bone.
So it's
I
after
highly
Weapon X.
think Weapon X. I think that facility, whatever they're breaking into, is where they make him Weapon X, because you also see Stryker in the preview at one
Maybe they're
point.
the reason why he breaks out.
We had a little help. He followed this rampaging weird mutant guy who just happened to break out at the same time, and you see the I-beam crossing, going left and right. And
I mean, quite honestly,
that'd be dope. See, what we talked about last episode, sorry to cut you off, but really quick. We were talking about him wearing the actual suit. I was like, he better do this before he's done. You know, it would be injustice if he doesn't get to do it.
Yeah.
If he does the Weapon X, like the bear, pretty much quote-unquote naked with just the undies and the helmet with the eye going back and forth.
Oh,
that's worth not seeing him in the yellow and blue. Like a real ripped out of the comics Weapon X looking.
Yeah.
That would be worth it. I'm sorry, where were you about to go with that?
I was gonna say, like, I know he's gotten so much play in these movies. Like, he's been like the leading star of all the movies. Like, the only time where he just sort of they just sort of pushed him back, where when they started bringing in James McAvoy and Michael Fassbender.
Well, then, in my opinion, as we were talking about the other day, not the other show, no, we were talking about this in the Facebook chat, is that it seems like X-Men X2 and X3 is an X-Men movie with Wolverine at the helm. Whereas First Class,
it's following
it's following Raven. It is a complete Jennifer Lawrence move.
I feel it bigger. It's a bigger move for James McAvoy and Michael Fassbender.
I think they're
just
there.
their story. No, but I'm like, yeah, sure. Raven's there doing her thing, but it's like a three-way thing where it's just those two. They're doing their thing, and Raven is just playing a big role because she does leave one side and join the other.
In my opinion, in the ship that is the X-Men, the new sailor has put Raven on the mast. Though, the entire deck is important, or the entire ship is important, they're trying to push her the most because
completely disagree.
She's a girl. I think they're trying to get that girl element in there for... We already have the boys.
They gave her...
We have Hunger Games here. Let's put her right up front.
They gave her a lot more lines and shit, and a lot more screen time. But all the scenes that are in that they show in the trailer focus a lot heavily in all the trailers for these new X-Men generation. They focus heavily on James McAvoy and Michael Fassbender.
I think in this one especially, she gets the best lines though, and she gets some of the best.
We haven't seen the movie though. We don't know
the trailers though.
Yeah, we don't know what sort of lines that like those.
This is war. Like we can't control our powers. Don't. This is war. I mean, out of all, what's another line from that? All right, James McAvoy's. I've never felt this much power. But what else do they say?
But I'm like, look at it this way. Look at it like the show stealers like turn up in a lot of the other movies. Like, fuck, we're not gonna do any spoilers for the one we just saw. So
no, we are not going to do any spoilers for Civil War. That will come out later this week. But right now,
no spoilers.
Let's not spoil.
The trailers only show you certain things. And then, you see the trailers for Civil War versus the movie itself. Like they did do a great job at
not
showing you anything.
Yeah.
The only thing that they fucked up on is like in the first trailer they show you that three-way fight between Iron Man and
Winter Soldier.
And
Cap. When they were tossing the shield, that is a great part that they could have saved that. That was a really great scene. But yes, it was in the trailer, so no, we did not spoil. The other thing... No, wait, let's... No, screw it. No, the movie made $75 million. Let's just talk about it. They didn't spoil. We can't spoil. Spider-Man is in it.
Yeah.
So let's really quick. Let's just go down that avenue without spoiling and say, out of the three people who have played Spider-Man, who is your favorite?
I was never a fan of Tobey Maguire. I feel like they fucking dropped the ball hardcore with Andrew Garfield.
So Mr. Tom Holland is your answer as well?
He fucking sold it, but I need to see him in his own movie, though.
I would agree.
He needs his own movie.
He did a great job, guys. I mean, anybody who's worried about it or thinking, I'm not sure if I'm ready for another Spider-Man, you're ready. You are ready. He's wonderful. It is done well. Be excited.
The only thing is, like, I felt like if Andrew Garfield was in the movie, he'd probably have to be like a bigger part of the team.
No, I don't need Tom Holland's there. I don't want to think about Andrew anymore. He's gone on record at saying, I've never really felt like, I was the part, and he's given a bunch of, just, in my opinion, chuffa answers to just, I think he's tired of it. I don't think anybody's really ready to be a superhero. Mm-hmm. And when you are a superhero, you don't get to do the things that you're doing on screen, but you get the attention of them, if not more.
Yeah.
So that must have been kind of difficult. But Tom Holland, thank you.
Yeah, he is. He was good.
And we talked about his age and how that was going to play into it. And everything is just, it is done very nice. One of the nicest presents that we got from Marvel yet.
Yeah.
Let's hoorah. The whole movie on a whole, though, is, a solid out of a 10. 9.5.
9.5.
I only give it
9.5.
See, the only reason that I take the half star off is because it's long. But as I sat and watched it, even the second time, I was trying to sit there and think, what would, if I was an editor, what would I cut? And I really couldn't find anything. I don't know. It's a very weird kind of thing to say,
what do you think they had cut?
Oh, I don't know. There's got to be extra deleted scenes. There just has to be.
But yeah, like all the stuff that they had in it, like,
is great.
Yes,
there's never a dull moment.
There was never a reason. There's nothing in that movie. The movie was as long as it had to be to tell the story the way it was supposed to be told.
True. I guess they really shouldn't snipe. Maybe, because the first time I very much, I'm going to reveal something personal for you and my listeners. You actually know because you figured it out. I drink liquid and must force it out of myself in a very quick succession. So when I first went, didn't drink anything because I knew it was 2.5 hours and I was not going to do that. So I sat there thirsty. Second time, I was like, screw it. I could drink all that I want. And I got up 3 times. 3 times? You were sitting right there. I got over you 3 times, I'm pretty sure.
I believe so, yeah.
So maybe once I have the full movie in my house and I'm sitting with the pause button.
Yeah, no, that's like...
Or I just have to figure out how to be an adult and just not guzzle drinks. I don't know.
I was sitting there. I was sitting there the entire time because I had a drink too, and I was drinking it. And maybe 20 minutes into the film, I'm just like, I gotta go. But fuck this. I held it for the rest of the fucking movie.
And guys, it's a 2.5 hour movie.
I was just sitting there having to pee for the entire fucking movie. Just like, oh my God, I really wish, but I can't. I can't miss anything. It was the second time he's seen it and the first time I saw it. So I was just like, and it was amazing though, because every time you went to pee, it was during the lulls. It was timed so perfectly to where you left when a scene was about to start, that wasn't a big scene, and he came back right as the scene was about to end.
Because the night before, as I was sitting there, I watched the scene and went, man, I could have gone to the bathroom right there. So I had automatically kind of planned it out. Yeah, that second viewing, I went in with a strategic pee plan because my friends...
God damn it, I'm going to drink. I'm going to drink my liquids.
Yeah. I don't know what that is.
I don't mind, but I don't mind the length of the movie at all because it didn't feel like 2.5 hours. All I know is that I got out of there and I'm just like, shit, I have no downtime before I have to go to work.
Yeah. Well, the other thing too is that the reason that we stayed, and to stay spoiler free, we won't say which, but you have to stay. There are two post credit scenes. About halfway through, you get the main actors and actresses up there, or I think they don't like the gentrification. I think everybody's just an actor. Whichever. Sorry, PC. And I love the way they did that too, because like Chris Evans came on and you saw like the shield shadowed. I don't know. Is this a spoiler? Is saying the credits a spoiler? I'm not going to count it. When Jeremy Renner's name came up, it kind of looked like arrows, and that was pretty cool. And so there's one right after that, and then you got to wait for all the other names to go by, and there's this one after that. So maybe after I sat down for a 7:15 movie, got through 40 minutes of trailers, watched the movie, and then
was it really 40 minutes of trailers?
It was a lot, man. It was a lot because we got in there a little late, and still it was on the first one because this is the one where they put out all the full length because the movie made $75 million on the opening. I mean, people were there, so they had a lot of trailers. Yeah. Maybe 40 minutes is a bit extreme, but my point is that from the time that we sat down to actually make the movie to the second post-credit scene, we had sat there a while. So maybe that's why in my head I'm like, God, it was long. So that's another thing. Maybe if I just go to sit and watch it, knowing the scene, seeing it twice, and just getting up at the end. I wonder if anybody else would sit there. As people were getting up, I was just, no, guys, sit down. There's more. Just wait, sit down. But they didn't sit down. No, but both are just completely so worth waiting for.
Yeah.
What are you... No, see, we can't do that yet. I was going to ask, what are you excited for the Gauntlet Infinity War? But they're going to rename that. I guess that's a bit of news, too. It's not going to be Avengers Infinity Gauntlet Part 1 or Infinity Wars Part 1 and Avengers Infinity Wars Part 2. They're going to change it up.
Do you know the name of it now?
I don't believe it's been announced.
Did it change because of Civil War?
I think that it changed because it kind of sounds lame.
Okay.
Because when I hear Mockingjay Part 1 and Part 2, I think that they definitely, in a very strange way, considering their roots, they don't want to make this seem like a book movie where they have to stay under one name to understand that it's two parts. Because the one thing that they have done is create continuity.
Yeah.
Because usually you could sit down to one of their films and get through. If you haven't seen some films before this, I wouldn't watch this movie. Yeah, you might not.
There are tons of there would be scenes where you wouldn't get.
I mean, from the previews and trailers, you know that Ant-Man's in it, but you should watch the movie. If you haven't watched the movie, you'll kind of sit there going, so why? What? Who?
He does throw out some lines for that reference the Ant-Man movie.
Characters in that movie. Yeah, no, it's so that's definitely, and I mean, obviously Winter Soldier, you have to see, and even Cap, the first one. I mean, it's again, I forgot that it is a Captain America
movie.
Trifecta. Yeah, this is the third.
Yeah.
It just, I mean, RDJ gets in there and he's like, I'll take half of this, thank you. I mean, it is Civil War. There are two sides, but it's an Avengers movie.
Yeah. Is it an Avengers movie? I mean, it is an Avengers movie because it has the entire Avengers cast, but there's so many other people in there. Just so
minus Ruffalo and Hemsworth. No Thor or Hulk, but you knew that. Again, no spoiler. Jeez, I hope not. Did you know that, or did I make that up? Please don't hate us.
I mean, they were... I would assume... well, the whole thing is... I would go in there assuming certain people are not going to be in there based on who was actually in there in a graphic novel.
Oh, yeah, no. There's no way. There's no way. It could be done. It would be amazing. Amazing if you could see, if you know everybody who's in the movie is in the movie. Cool. They're all standing there. We add in a Charlie Cox. We add in the Fantastic Four. Why not? Let's throw in some X-Men.
But then,
Those scenes could be accomplished. Not better, I don't want to say it because that makes it sound like they didn't do a good job, but they could look fuller.
You have to do the. You have to.
These lines didn't happen.
You have to weave it around the Marvel Cinematic Universe and all the contract deals and stuff that go into all this type of stuff. So you'd have to
That's what I'm saying. If all these lines weren't there, it could have looked fuller, but...
Well, what I'm getting at is that based on all this, you could... And you throw in the actual comic book, you could tell who would show up and who wouldn't show up. The only difference is that in the comic books, there was a Thor, and then, that's sort of it. Like a person that showed up in the comic books but didn't show up in a movie, based on the freedom that Marvel would have had to make the movie. Thor definitely could have been in there because they've had him in Avengers movies before. Yes.
No, he's too busy. Too busy waiting for Ragnarok, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should just save everything else. We talked about and praised Mr.
Totally,
Holland.
I totally want to gush. I want to gush.
Just because we gushed on the Spider-Man doesn't mean, Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, ScarJo, Elizabeth Olsen.
Like I was talking about before, right after we saw was
everybody did great.
How nowadays, anytime you see Robert Downey Jr. in a Marvel movie, he's Tony Stark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this is more news. He's definitely confirmed to be in Homecoming.
Word.
Yep.
How about that?
So go out, see Civil War, understand why that's going to be so awesome, but just know that more Robert Downey Jr., more Tony Stark coming at you, man. The guy's just not going to... He is made for this role. He is perfect.
I like Robert Downey Jr. I really do.
I feel like he'd be that person that you met and be really nervous to meet and be like, oh, God, I hope he's not a dick. I hope he's not a dick. And you just be like, what's up? And you're like, oh, I can't believe I thought he was going to be a dick. This guy's great. I just feel like he would just be so cool.
I feel like he's not acting when he's playing Tony Stark.
No. Well, the funny thing is, and I noticed it on Avengers, and it's probably the special feature that I saw it under, is that, the scene where it's right before not Mark, I shouldn't say their real names, I guess. So Bruce and Tony are sitting there and they're talking and they're running the thing and they're trying to figure out Avengers.
Okay, the first one.
First, yes, sir. And they're trying to figure it out, and Cap's like, what are you doing? You should be working. He's like, why do you think he has all these secrets? And Captain eventually goes off to search the hold and finds the Hydra weapons. But in that scene, Tony is standing around with a bag of blueberries and eventually even goes to get Blueberry. And that's Robert Downey Jr. That's not Tony Stark. Literally, Josh Whedon had a problem with keeping snacks out of this guy's hand as they were filming because, all right, guys, we're ready to roll. And he just, whatever was in his hand, whatever he was eating, he'd just walk on set with and continue to eat. That's great.
I mean, how can you stop him, though? Because it's like gold.
It really is. It's gold. And the thing that they were talking to, because as I was working today, I caught up on my Fat Man on Batman, and they were talking about Jon Favreau, because, apparently Jungle Book is killing it. Yet to see it. Want to see it before it leaves theaters. I'm not a big 3D guy, but I think I might. Because everything is CGI. It's not like they're taking people and just fucking with the view. I don't know.
I would say more. My issue with 3D is that they threw it onto movies that weren't really designed to be 3D.
That's what I was.
If you look at Avatar, Avatar was made for the 3D thing. Yes, and I saw that and I was like, it looked beautiful. It was a beautiful looking movie. The 3D was just stunning. And it made sense. I was like, okay, now, they're using the 3D right because they made this movie for 3D. You guys can't see, but I'm doing
He's got 3D goggles on.
Yeah. I'm
In
actually
his
wearing
head,
3D.
no, yeah, no, they're his fingers over his eyes, but
Yeah, doing 3D goggles, and I'm just like shifting left and right and all that silly shit.
'cause that's how you watch 3D movies. You shift your head from left to right like you're watching a tennis match.
Even though the scene is all over here to the left, you're looking to the right, like, yep,
Yeah.
there we go. But if Jungle Book was another Avatar where it was made to be 3D,
I wouldn't doubt that it was.
then I'd fucking let's go for it and see it.
'Cause I saw the last thing I saw in 3D was Star Wars when I saw it for the premiere, 7. And that's because I bought the tickets wrong. Because usually I'm not seeing it. But I wasn't refunding. I wasn't not going. So I did, knowing that I was going again that night and one more time that weekend. So I kind of, if you would, endured. But I didn't really endure it because it was okay. It was kind of cool. But I do feel like there were some scenes that were made to enhance the 3D, and then there was others where they're just like, if we make this person look further and this person look closer, it's 3D, and they forced it. So I feel like since the Jungle Book is all CGI and all computers, it was probably in their heads to quote unquote shoot it for 3D. I would assume, but I don't make fucking movies. I'm not Jon Favreau. Swinger.
Like the last 3D movie that I saw, I believe, was Age of Ultron.
Oh, sweet. How was that?
Well, the whole thing is like I think it was towards the end of its run, and my friend was like, "Hey, you trying to see Age of Ultron? I know you haven't seen it yet." Like, yeah, well, that was like last choice that we had based on the our times and our schedules and shit. And it wasn't bad. It was just like a 3D fucking movie.
Kevin talks about Smith, Mr. Kevin Smith, talks about
Kevin talks about Smith.
seeing it in a 4D theater, which gets your other senses going. So he says there's only a few in the States. One of them's in New York, so we should look it up. But they get, so if there's gunshots, like you see smoke around the theater and you can smell like whatever a gunshot smells like, I guess. When it was snowing, it snowed in the theater.
That's wild.
And different, like, I don't want to give away too much. I don't think saying that it snowed and there's gunshots in the movie gave anything away, but there's other stuff that I could that you're like, oh, but I won't. But the fact that, and the seats move.
Civil War?
Yeah, he saw Civil War like this.
Interesting.
And everybody, I assume, everybody's done something similar, but it's like a 5-10 minute ride at, Great Adventure is something that we'd know it from Disney if you haven't been there. Or
A 2.5 hour movie of just going through that.
it'd be awesome.
It would be awesome, but I think sometimes it might just get distracting.
Yeah. Am I smelling something now? Do I feel this? Are you moving? Yeah, I feel like that too. I'd sit around like just watching it like a fucking tennis match, just like, or what's happening now? Yeah.
Oh my foot!
We're shaking. No, that's just you, dumb shit. Shut the fuck up. We're trying to watch this movie. Okay. Have you ever been in a theater and had like someone so loud that somebody had to say something?
No.
No, me neither. I was thinking that the other day too. Like, what if I have to be the one to shut somebody up? And then I thought, I've never seen that. I've never even had somebody talk that much. And I love that. Like, every time the movie starts, it's talking is disruptive. And I think of that scene in Scary Movie. And I just want to go, oh, yeah, y'all, that's for all you talkers up in here. We got you.
I've been shushed before.
You've been shushed?
I've been shushed, yeah.
By the person sitting right next to you?
Sitting, like, be a seat in front of me. He's like, oh, we're trying to watch the movie here. And, like, I was...
What flick?
I don't remember. But if I was talking through it, it must not have been good.
Because you said one or two things, and the people next to me liked it. Because something happens I won't reveal, and you went, oh my god, that was awesome. And, like, they literally went like, yeah, that was awesome. Like, this guy talked, we could say that's awesome too.
Oh, dude, no, there was
Yes,
that
it was. So don't.
Oh, there was that one scene where I was just like, nice.
Yeah, maybe that, whatever the word you said, they did turn around. They were like, that was awesome. And it was funny too, because we shared a moment where, like, the kid in front, like, was sitting on his, like, if you imagine the way you should be sitting, he was turned around, so his head was where his back should be. And in my head, I couldn't see him, but in my mind's eye, I've made it as he's digging up popcorn. And the mom's like, sit down, what are you doing? He's like, Ma, I gotta get all the popcorn. And like me and the lady who was ended up sitting next to me just both chuckled and then noticed that we chuckled and had to share eye contact. Like, we both thought that was funny. Now we have to acknowledge it.
Digging out popcorn.
I gotta get the popcorn. Like, where is it? What are you digging? Like, what's going on, sir?
Yeah, no.
And another thing, too, let's start something now. We're going to change some movie theater rules.
Okay.
When I go to the movies, every now and then I like me some popcorn. Not all the time, but sometimes. And the way I like popcorn is probably the worst way that I can get it, and that's smothered in butter with a fuck ton of salt.
Yeah.
Now, when they sell you a bag, they sell that shit to the top overflowing. So you eat, and maybe about the first quarter is awesome. The second eighth after that, so now we're talking about 3/8 in. Okay. Everything after that is bullshit. So more than half the bag is just bad. And I'm not getting up to go. So I was like, hey, dude, let me get a medium. And got it. He comes back out. I was like, hey, can I get one of those buckets? No. Like, what? You want a bucket? Like, how much are they? No, well, we can't sell them, but we can't give them out. I said, well, what happens when Civil War's over if you got extra? Well, we throw them out. Oh. Can I get a large bag? No. Can I buy it? And we went through the whole fucking thing again. I was just like, damn. So now what I think I'm going to have to do is just order a large and just say, just fill it up halfway. No, what he actually offered me was a box. I can give you a box, and like he showed it up to me, and it's like a box to carry several things. So it's only about 2 inches high.
It's a tray.
It's a tray. Yeah, that'd be better. So what am I supposed? I'm supposed to fill that, and then let's change that, guys. Come on. If I order a fucking medium, you should give it to me in a large bag. If I order a large bag, give it to me in a fucking bucket.
I mean, because quite honestly, when you have that, when they fill it up, it's not, they don't just fill it up to the top. They fill it up so it's overflowing. So now you have all this fucking popcorn, and the only thing you can really do is go over to the butter and just sprinkle it on the top, and hope that it like makes it far enough down to the thing to where you have a lot of popcorn where that tastes fantastic. What I would do if I was like, okay, I would just be a fuck you guy. Just be like, yo, let me get a bucket and let me get one of these mediums over here. So you want a bucket of popcorn and some medium popcorn? Yes. Take the bucket, pour out the popcorn, pour the medium into the bucket. Like, now, there you go. So that when I go over there, I can just shake and just get it all in there and mixed up.
I wonder if they'd let you bring your own bucket in. Like, can I save the bucket and bring it back?
Or
I'll buy a bucket once.
Or what you could do is you could
just bring a giant container.
When you don't finish the popcorn because you're tired of how it tastes and stuff, just buy a large popcorn, keep the bag when you're done with all your food, because the way I am, I'm kind of like courteous and I don't leave my trash behind.
Let's start a second thing. So let's get some bigger freaking ways to carry popcorn around, and then how about up to you, the listeners, throw your fucking shit out too. Amen.
Yeah.
Continue.
Yeah. What I would do is like, okay, well, I'm not going to eat any more of this popcorn, so I trash the rest of it, but keep the bag.
That's good.
Get yourself a medium, and then pour your popcorn into this bigger bag, like, right out the concession stand, so that the guy sees you, and then you just shoot him a fucking thumbs up. I'm shooting a middle fingers.
That's our thumbs up.
I want one of those Constantine middle fingers when he's going to heaven.
Oh my. Nice, Paul. Very great scene. Love it. He's mine.
Oh my God.
This one's mine. That's what he says.
A lot of times when I'm actually whenever I greet John, I'm like, hello, John. John, hello. But yeah, just get your big bag, order a medium, put it in there so you could shake it up and get your butter in there. That way you shake it up, get the butter all around, then put some butter on top. So you just like, now the top part is just like extra flavorful, and the rest is just the way you like it.
Because I've thought about it. Even if I just had to buy a large and say fuck you and pour half of it out, like, that's so wasteful. You just do that. it end up in the bottom of the bag that I'm gonna throw out anyway, because it's gross, tasteless nonsense by the time you get to the very bottom. So
Yeah.
I would just, I mean, the same amount would be thrown out. But yeah, no, I'll do that next time. I'll buy a large. Just let's save everybody the garbage time. Just fill it up halfway.
Yeah.
Because I remember back in the day, before they put the butter on the outside, you can request that. Fill that bag up halfway, butter me up. Second popcorn, more butter.
Yeah.
And what I was going to bring up before, I saw a life hack on the internet that it didn't work for me. Everybody else is free to try it. On your little butter thing, the diameter of where the butter shoots out is roughly the amount of a straw. Put the straw in the popcorn bag. Put the straw to the butter, hit the button, butter goes down to the straw, to the bottom, and as you stir the straw around, it should, in theory, get butter all around. It got butter all over me. Maybe I didn't do it right. It's not like I'm talking quantum physics. It seems like an easy principle, but maybe 4 hands would work better. I need 2 to work the shaft as I hit the button. Wow.
Swallow the gravy.
Yeah, didn't think that whole sentence through.
Work the shaft.
Yeah, you shouldn't say shaft isn't really a good word. Why should you ever really say shaft? Unless you're talking about a cock.
Unless you're
That's
getting shafted.
That makes me think of a cock too. Like, oh, that guy's getting shafted. It makes me think of like dirty prison rape. Like, he got shafted. Or actually, no, fuck that. You can fall down an elevator shaft. That's shafted.
An elevator's dick.
Shafted is one of those words. The more you say it, the weirder it becomes. Have you ever noticed that about the English language?
Yeah, shafted.
Shafted. I don't know. So that's our little rants about the movies for the movie that we saw. Like we said, we're going to get back to you. Full spoilers coming at you left, right, all in your face. What we will spoil for you tonight is the Game of Thrones episode. Because wowie mama.
Wowie mama indeed.
What a show. I mean,
honestly, this is so far watching as I go through, I'm actually really enjoying this season.
me too.
Like a lot of the stuff that's happening, I'm actually
third episode, and we've got so much.
Fully engrossed in. I'm fully engrossed with everything that's happening right now.
Well, let's talk about the first full thing that I want to, if you don't mind, in getting fully engrossed is Bran's dream.
Yeah.
Seeing a young Ned again, and we get ripped out of that earlier than I would have liked, because we all know who's up there. We know who's up in this tower. So go ahead, if you want, break the scene down, because I'll just fumble it up with not knowing names.
Okay, so the scene starts, and there's this guy sharpening his sword. They don't really tell you who he is, but they tell you who the guy who comes up with the helmet. He comes up there, he grabs his helmet there. Maybe it's the guy's squire. It's actually the greatest swordsman that ever lived. I think it was like Morning something or other. I forgot his name. They don't talk about him way too much, but the scene starts out. This is the guy who's guarding the tower that Rhaegar Targaryen brings Lyanna Stark. Brings her there, leaves her there. Whoops. Leaves her there, and now she's up there giving birth.
Well, she's screaming.
She's screaming, but
We think we have... That's our fan theory coming out, but... I mean, presumably... For those who don't read or know, she's getting raped and tortured up there.
Yeah, raped and tortured.
Our fan theory is no, it is... This is Jon
vastly,
Snow coming
yes,
into the world.
Jon Snow coming into the world.
That's what we're betting our
Jon
money
Snow,
on.
the daughter of Lyanna Stark and Rhaegar Targaryen.
True heir. The
son of Lyanna Stark and Rhaegar Targaryen. Daughter.
He is pretty, though. So how many guys? It was 2 on like 6. Ned pulls up. He's like, I know, I want my fucking sister now.
There was 2 dudes there. 2 dudes with the crest of the Targaryens, the 3-headed dragon on their armor. But then like Eddard comes up with his cronies and stuff, and he comes up with a team. These guys could take down 2 dudes if the other guy wasn't a fucking badass, sick ass
swordsman of all time.
He Dual wields.
Swords is
dual fucking
awesome.
wields. And then you see,
And
okay.
they're long swords. They're big swords. It's not
Yeah, no. I mean, like, what you see is
impressive.
as the fight starts, it's those two dudes fighting this, like Eddard and his gang and stuff. And you don't see too much crazy shit happening. They're just fighting and stuff. And then the Targaryen dude, the Squire, I'm going to call him the Squire, he dies. And then it's just all those guys fighting this dual-wielding son of a bitch. And then that's when the crazy shit happening. That's when some of the most unbelievable things you could actually see a person do in a fight actually happens. That's like, okay, now this shit is choreographed. This guy's over here, he's blocking shots that are coming from behind, slashing, and he's just taking dudes down left and fucking right.
They're fully around him.
They're fully around him.
360 cover.
360, and he's
wielding swords.
and he is wrecking a house and taking them down. He takes them all down, and it's just him and Eddard. And Eddard is actually holding his own, just like
He's doing okay, but as Bran is watching with the three-eyed crow, Bran realizes, no, this guy's better.
He's better than my father, and his father told him, I guess, that he
But he
won that
wins.
fight.
Does he? Yeah, no, I've heard this story 100 times. He kills him. And as we're watching,
One of the guys that actually wasn't fully killed, that was on Eddard's side, stabs the dude through the throat.
through the back of the throat, didn't see him coming. I mean,
Yeah.
this
To the back of the
sword-wielding guy has gotten Ned undefended on the ground, going in for the kill, and all of a sudden, and yep, he goes down, and he stabbed him in the back is something that Bran says, and like, what we know about Ned and what has been glorified since the end of the first season is
It's how
his honor.
honorable. Yes, how honorable he was. What Ned does is he picks up one of the guy's fallen swords, and he just cuts him down right there, kills him. But I mean, like, it's fucking Eddard. He's trying to save his sister. Fuck this.
I'm not saying I disagree.
Yeah, fuck this dead guy. No, I'm sorry. It's
one thing to do it, but then to carry a lie for
he did carry a life for a while.
stories back then weren't just this guy Ned did something cool. It's like, no, this is all people were talked about. You were known for this. So this is a lie that he really had to carry and burden for. I mean, he was a young, beardless, perfect casting, by the way.
Oh, dude, the kid that played Eddard could have grown up
He's going to grow up
to
just
look like Sean Bean.
Oh,
Yes. Oh,
perfect casting.
perfect casting. Oh, and his fucking accent that he rocks.
He was probably he's got to be a fan.
Oh, he has
Have
to be a
soon.
fan.
But to carry that for that long, I mean, it changes not really much for me. It was his sister. But it's a different side of Ned. It's another aspect that we now learn that I didn't think we'd ever see. I thought we were done learning about Ned. What new could he give us? He was dead, but no, now this is something that he took to his grave and that we shouldn't know, technically, but Bran can see it.
I would say like this is going on to like Eddard's character. It's not that he is honorable. He's trying to be honorable, but
He's the closest thing.
this is Westeros. Westeros it's a fucking shithole. Everybody and their mom are just evil and rotten to the core.
You don't trust anybody. In Westeros.
No, you don't. You stab first, then you stab again. Fuck the questions. That guy's going to try to kill you.
Yeah, no, you just burn everything.
It doesn't matter if he was bringing you bread and meat. No, he's trying to kill you.
Really. Where are those comeuppance?
Comeuppance.
Yeah, fucking Frey better get it.
Hashtag comeuppance.
Yeah.
Hashtag comeuppance.
We want to take our little break to go at Gluttonous Geeks for Twitter, Facebook.com/Gluttons for Geekdom,
Hashtag comeuppance.
or hit us up on our email. That one's gluttonsofgeekdom@gmail.com. We try to post fun things. If you have suggestions for posts, if you want to post, how about we could start that? You want to be an admin? You want to post things on the internet for people to win? People to read?
Ooh, that would be
You
fun.
could do it. It's possible. Get in contact with us. We could start talking. We'll figure something out.
It'll be extremely fun. Throw us a line, people. Throw us a line. We really want to hear from you. But yeah, where are those comeuppance?
I don't know. We haven't. Who's the last Frey that we saw?
That fat chick getting mauled by the,
Oh, okay, last episode. All right.
yeah.
She's a Bolton. All right, other than her, fuck her. She did. And that baby did. Ramsey, though, what an evil fuck. Can we just skip? Let's go to...
I'm liking him every second that he's there.
What do you think he's going to do?
I don't know.
All right, spoiler. I mean, really big one if you don't want to know, but you're sitting there listening to this. 3, 2, 1. He has Rickon Stark.
Yes, he does.
Guys, Ramsey
He
Bolton
has
Rickon Stark.
Rickon Stark and Nymphadora Tonks.
Yeah. What's her real name? Like, that's her Harry Potter name. What's her name in Game of Thrones?
Orsha.
Portia, okay. And, you know, Ramsey does the thing, like, how do I actually know? You know, it's not like they have a photo or anything.
They have Shaggy Dog's head. Another direwolf. Another direwolf beheaded.
So
Come the fuck on.
Who do we have? We just have Ghost.
We have Ghost, Nymeria.
No, Ymiria's dead.
No, Nymeria ran into the forest. Nymeria was Arya's
Oh, who was... What was hers?
lady.
Lady's dead. So it's just the two.
Ghost, Nymeria.
Oh, no.
Brands.
Brands. What's Brand's name?
Brand's name was
Winter? Summer?
Summer. It was Summer.
Shaggy Dog and Summer, yeah, when they were together. So, yeah, he's got... he's bricking, guys. Whoa. He's gonna fuck him up, man. He's gonna flay him. Because right now, Ramsey has Winterfell.
Yes.
He has killed his father, his stepmother, and his half-brother to get lordship of Winterfell.
What's he gonna do with the Stark? What power does the Stark have right now?
It's his. All of it's his.
Yes, he has all the power.
Rickon. But nobody else knows he's alive. Everybody else think he's dead because of...
No,
Theon.
it's Ramses. He's the one who has the army. Whoever has the army has the power.
Well, of course, in that sense, yes. But everybody might rise for a Stark who's still alive. I mean...
But then he's not a bargaining chip. You kill that dude as soon as you find him.
That's what I'm saying. Yes. That's the question that I'm going for. Guys, what's going to happen? You know, he's going to fucking flay him.
Oh,
That's
by
what
the
I'm
way.
saying. Yes.
By the way,
Nobody
guys.
can know
By the
that
way,
he's
guys.
alive.
Rickon Stark pulled a Bran Stark, and he just grew the fuck up.
Yeah, what was that?
My God.
Kids just do that and shit.
They grow.
That's why I don't understand. Like, I could never... I don't, like... No. How old did you say that girl is? 6? Oh, she's 9. Like...
Whatever.
Fuck do I know? Yeah.
Get off my back.
Yeah.
Kids are kids, damn it.
Because he grew up. He did
He grew the
nice,
fuck
but
up.
now he's going to grow down because Ramsey's going to cut off his limbs. Let's hope
We don't
not.
know that. We don't know that yet. Like,
Who's coming for him? Nobody knows he's alive. He's done.
true.
He's got to be done. It's scary. It's not looking good. It's not looking good. So that was.
But
a
what
really
I
big
feel,
blow.
what I feel like is that it's you only care because it's a Stark.
Yeah, no, we have nothing really emotionally invested in Rickon. What if he was a whiny little bitch in the first season because he was a little baby?
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, no, it's not like we have anything. It's he's a Stark. Let's not kill him. I want to know what he can do.
Mm-hmm.
What he can really do without his direwolf is.
Can I say that Stark was a fantastic name for them to choose for that family?
Yeah.
He's a Stark. You know, like, would I care so much? Would it be so awesome for it to be the other way around and it's like Ramsay Stark? Like Ramsay Stark was the one who's holding Winterfell, and like Rickon Bolton comes in there. Stark is a strong sounding word, and it's quick and easy to say. Stark, and it sounds sharp. And like his name is Stark, which is also like an adjective for something, and their word is like, you know, winter is coming.
There's a lot of power in those characters and the names.
It fits so well. It fits so well.
Do you know what he's going to fit into? Many little boxes, because Ramsay Bolton is going to fucking cut this kid up.
Yeah.
And who knows what's going to happen to Nymphadora Tonks?
Now, do you think they're going to keep going the way they had been doing before. Like, the show was pretty gully in the first few seasons.
It was what?
Gully. They just didn't give a fuck. Dudes were getting it left and fucking right.
Oh, true.
But now I feel like it's easing up on that. Like at one, in the last few it was the last episode where was the last episode where Brienne saves those two? The first episode? First episode. I'm so used to what Game of Thrones does that
you thought they were going to die.
And I would have accepted it. That's kind of how they did things.
See, no, I just would have figured they would have gone back and we would have had to watch more torture, and I think
that too.
I think they're going to pull out of that, yeah.
That too.
A lot of it's hard to watch. I mean, I can't rewatch some of that stuff. I mean, those Reek scenes where he's up and he's getting flayed and shit, it's not just like, oh, it's a Saturday afternoon. Mm-hmm. Let's pop on some Game of Thrones. When it comes to that kind of stuff, it's a hard watch. It's a harder watch. So maybe they were trying to pull out of that just a little bit.
But, I mean, stay closer to the source material.
We don't know what the source material is at this point.
This is true. This is true. So they're making it up as they go, and I feel like they might be, like, easing up a little bit. I don't want them to ease up.
Let's finish with a bang. Well, maybe they're just giving us a nice little breather.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe.
Have you ever just taken a pounding too hard and you need to breathe a little bit afterwards?
No, just keep the poundings coming. I'm no bitch.
So Danny is in a bit of trouble.
Yeah, she's now... Fuck, I forgot what it's called, but it's where they send all the widows of the Calls that have died.
And they really, again, she got the same kind of welcoming.
Let's get an email.
It's pretty noble.
Yeah. Robin Hood.
Nice. She gets the same welcoming that she got to the other Calazar, which is, we're not going to kill you because you were once married to a cult, but we don't fucking like you either. That's not really good. She comes in with her 9, 10, 15 names, and the one lady, she's not fucking having it. She just doesn't give a shit who she is and what she's doing. So the little thing that we got, and spoilers if you don't watch the little part at the end, is that it looks like Mormont and guy she wants to fuck with the curved sword are going to go in and get her. What's his name?
Dario Naharis.
Have you seen what he's supposed to look like? Somebody took the description of him. Let's talk about that for a second.
Way back when I used to listen to these books on Audible.
Audible. Yes, we have to have an Audible conversation too.
Of course, because Audible is one of the...
I'm in a new series. It's great.
We might as well just make another pillar for the things that we...
Fuck yes. Welcome, Audible. Gluttons Geekdom pillar number 5. You are number 5. Fantastic.
The fifth pillar.
The center of it, because you really do give us grasps between the other 4.
Yeah.
If you think about it, into Harry Potter, Game of Thrones, comics, and...
Harry Potter, Game of Thrones.
Wow, and Star Wars.
Star Wars. As far as...
That's fucking crazy.
As far as comics go, I haven't had listened to an Audible book about
I've
comics.
listened to about comics.
Yes, about
not comics, but yeah,
not
about
comics in general. But I mean,
I'll hook you guys up with those. I've read a few books on there. One of the ones that pops right to mind is Batman and Psychology. Oh, it's so good, guys. I mean, if you like Batman, it gives you an insight to why he does. Not only him, it goes through all of the characters. Just really, really fantastic good stuff. Makes you think. It's by Travis Langley, Michael Uslan. Oh my god. And Denny O'Neil is in there. Dennis O'Neil?
Go on.
Oh man, him and Neil Adams changed the game for a lot of DC titles. Really cool guy, Batman editor, editor, not animator. Really cool. He's one of those guys who I just have the feeling one day I'm going to be sitting in an airport and just be like, "Are you Denny O'Neil?" And he'll be like, "Yeah." And I'll be like, "Fuck, yes." I don't know why. I don't know why. I've had that vision. Him and Bill Murray, I swear to God, I'm going to meet those two men in an airport for whatever fucking reason. Which is weird, because I don't go to the airport often, so maybe I'll too for them. Imagine I'm like, fuck, I don't want to sit in this middle fucking seat. This sucks. And it's Denny O'Neil and Bill Murray on the other side of me. I'm just... yeah, I'll probably just convulse and throw up. This isn't how I wanted it. I wanted to be cool in front of both of you. And they're both like, yeah, well, you just kind of threw up all over yourself.
This is how I wanted to die.
Oh, you dropped your drink.
It's a good thing there was a cap on there.
That was, yeah, so Batman and Psychology. There's just one more. Superheroes by Michael Cantor and Lawrence Mason. Another really good one, both on Audible. But yeah, no, that ties in all four pillars. Welcome, Audible. Fifth
Welcome,
pillar.
Audible. Nice, nice.
Maybe they'll sponsor us one day.
That would be delicious.
A wink. Audible wink. A winking Audible. An Audible link. Okay.
Okay. Yes. Dario Naharis. He's supposed to have a curly fucking mustache.
Three-pronged beard.
Three-pronged beard.
Blue.
Blue
Three-pronged beard. And I think his hair, I know it changes more than once. I can't say the exact color, but
the whole thing is
he's motherfucking goofy.
Yeah, he's supposed to be flamboyant as a motherfucker.
But that's just how they do. Pretty much they're like frickin' people from District 1 in Hunger Games. Tie that to a different book. They look and just dress really fucking weird for the flamboyancy of it.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of seen as a joke, but a very serious joke at the same time. It's weird to think about.
It is weird to think about, but yeah, that's what he's supposed to look like. I mean, he's already been through a actor change in the series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, what would have been cooler if that happened with the guy who plays the many-face guy?
That would have been awesome.
That would have been really, like, unfortunate because I love this guy, but if that happened to be the guy who had to go and they're just like, I'm the many-face guy, it makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. I do love the guy who plays Jack and Hagar, though. And I'm going to... unfortunately, since he has that same face, I'm going to be calling him Jack and Hagar. Even though he might not be the same person who was freed by those, whatever the fucking, like, did things for Arya.
I think in the last episode, you might have set the land speed record for saying Jack and Hagar.
Jack and Hagar.
In multiple sessions. Yeah. You set it a lot.
His name is so awesome, Jack and Hagar.
It's a good name, and you roll it easily, but there was one sentence, it was like, because Jack and Hagar might not be Jack and Hagar, I don't really know if Jack and Hagar is about Jack and Hagar, but I still like Jack and Hagar, and it was just like, holy shit.
It's just so fun to say, Jack and Hagar. Rhodolite Geralda. Yeah.
Who else is really going to Tyrion? That scene with Grey Worm and Nahari?
Missandei.
Sorry. There's
Come
a
on,
lot,
dude.
man. Just remember...
Missandei's a hot chick.
She is really delicious.
You gotta remember her name.
The conversation that they were trying to have, though...
Missandei's the real Unsullied. She's so pristine. I'm just like, oh. If I tried to touch her, my arm would bend back on itself. It's like, oh, it's like she has like untouchable magic where it's like, oh no, it hurts, but I don't care. I'm going to keep trying.
It's not magic that you can't touch her. It's magic on your brain that deep down inside you know you're not supposed to. You know you're not fucking worthy to touch her. So she's not bending your hand. She's bending your mind to bend your hand. I want to touch you, but I just know that I'm not supposed to. That's a real superpower.
So like even when I try it there, my somehow my mind is making my hand just like roll back like a fucking piece of paper. Like,
but then trying to play the drink in the game, but they're doing this because they're waiting for Bald Eunuch Man, whose name
Varys,
and his little birds are doing some chirping. he's finding out all about Harpy. So, what is it? The late people of the Harpy? What is it?
Harpies, I guess.
Just Harpies? Let us know.
Sure, whatever.
Yeah. Got the one lady who, if you remember in the previous season, was just laying with the one guy, just like to be laid with, and laying with him, and he was all comfortable and shit. And then he got his throat, yeah. So that lady's the one who ends up turning on him, and he does it. See, what's funny is, like, I know that you're interpreting getting your throat slit. People on the other end might have just thought that you got bored and slipped under the table. The way Varys gets this lady to turn is, you know, just classic Varys, where she's led into this room and he's just kind of sitting there. And when you look at him, he's just, you just feel like if you hit him once, he'd go down. He doesn't look powerful. He doesn't look scary. So you automatically get that sense when you see him. So, and, you know, him just kind of loafing and his soft tone just kind of lulls people into a soft sense of security, in my opinion. And he's talking about, you know, well, Sons of the Harpy, that's what it is. I know you know stuff about it, and eventually brings up her kid. And he goes, oh, you're not going to hurt me yourself, but you'll threaten my kid. And he gets very earnest, very,
No, I would never hurt your child.
I can never hurt kids, you know? That's your perspective. That's what you're thinking. My perspective is that you tried to kill the queen and shit, and they're going to kill you. And where's your son going to be after they kill you? How long will he survive? And it's like, well, okay. That kind of, it's not really a threat. It's just a really good realization. Later on in the conversation, he says, well, I've got this ship. You know, it's expecting a mom and a young boy. And I don't know, there's this sack of silver here, too. So your perspective, and just because she said, you know, if I tell you, I die. If I tell them, I die. And then he says, well, that's your perspective. My perspective is I got these 2 tickets to sack of silver, and what do you know? And later on, we found out that was the golden ticket, or the silver one, as it is.
He's so sweet. He was so sweet and smooth.
Did it so smooth. So smooth.
He's a cool character. He is a cool character.
He is. You know, that scene that he has with Littlefinger earlier on, where they're talking in the throne room, and the scene ends with, you know, well, what do you think of? And they both look at the throne, and it's just like, King Varys. All right. That would be an adventure. Because I bet he'd do okay. I mean, you know, him
like
and
the
Tyrion.
smartest, most cunning king out there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because him and Tyrion are the ones really taking care of Meereen.
Meereen, yes. Meereen.
And again, what was Tyrion really up to? Did he do anything cool that I feel like he did. No, he was just hanging out talking with them.
Yeah, his plans he hasn't started doing too much of anything.
No, he's just kind of hanging out, waiting.
Gathering his, gathering intel and finding out what's going on in the world. And Meereen and...
With these little birds...
Yeah.
Meanwhile, King's Landing's little birds have turned and now work for the guy who made the mountain Sir Strong.
Who made Gregor Clegane into Robert Strong.
Thank you. So now all of Varys' old little birds are now his. So no good's going to come from that. I mean, they showed us that for a reason. One of those little kids is going to say something about somebody who's going to fuck them over. Well down the line. But let's talk about Strong. Just fucking walking around all the time with them, not saying anything. And, you know, there is that really cool scene where Jaime's like, can he understand anything? I mean, I know he couldn't really fucking understand much before, but can he understand anything now? And the helmet twists really freaking hard, and it's like...
It's like he's still, like Gregor Clegane is still in there.
Oh, there's some of that guy in there.
Yeah.
He understands enough and shit. And it's like, oh my God. This is... knucking futz, guys. This is crazy.
I wonder what he's... oh, yes, they did announce that there's going to be a trial by combat. And, of course, they're going to use Sir Robert Strong.
Why wouldn't you?
Who are the Sparrows going to use? Or whoever is going to be on the other side of that.
And Unless they have a zombie viper, that'd be cool.
Oh my god, how ridiculous.
Imagine.
He just put his skull back together and he's like, yep, there we go. This time I don't care about my sister's name. He just runs in there and just fucking rocks his ass. Again.
No, that's a good question to who's actually going to fight him. I have no idea. I don't.
And do you think it's going to turn out the same way it did before?
No.
Or do you think he's just going to run through his opponents?
Yeah, if they really do that whole thing again, it's just like...
Or maybe he just goes in there and actually fucking loses, and that's it. And now Cersei loses her strong man.
That would be funny if, like, yeah, he puts up all this intimidation, gets in there, and just one swing.
Yeah, because just
dead.
Supposed to be in there. For like he's like just always around her now.
See, but I thought that, but also with that giant head turn and that amount of, I understand what's going on around me, and now seeing that he understands it, I don't think that'll happen. Like, that was a good amount of fuck you when he turned. And, so he knows what's going on around him. He's not like Bane from Batman and Robin. Like,
yeah, no.
He's like, let's go. Go. I just watched that again. I don't know why I do it to myself. It must be all nostalgia. But God, there's just so much goofy shit in that flick. I can't wait to show it to my nephew, though, and then eventually maybe willing my own kids, you know, because that'll be the Batman 66. That'll probably what I'll even put on when they're even younger. Wait a little bit, but just, yeah, when you're like 10, 11, how old I was, yeah, watch Batman and Robin.
Dude, that post...
Nice to meet you. Like,
love
it.
Post you threw up about Batman 66 with the theme song in there. I actually like watching that show.
Like I said, it's not...
I enjoy it.
It's not my favorite. I do find myself watching it and can enjoy it.
I find it classic. That's what it is.
But that's really all I get from it. I watch it and I enjoy... Not my nostalgia, but I like to sit and think, like, if, you know, because usually when I watch, my pop is around, because he's really watching it for the nostalgia. And I say, like, do you remember, like, watching this? And no, he wasn't around for the first airs, but he watched it in syndication when it came back, you know. Come back next day, same bat time, same bat channel. And, you know, back in the day, to have something on Tuesday and Wednesday was unheard of. I mean, it's unheard of today. You don't get that. You don't get the same show 2 days in a row. It's a weekly fucking thing.
Yeah.
So to watch him, and like I dig on the fact, and I said it in the post, that without this was a gap. Most of the guys out there writing now in their late 40s, maybe even early 40s, all the way to their early 50s, but like it, hate it, or indifferent, had da-da-da-da-da-da-da Batman on when they were as a kid. It was just, that was what was around.
I mean, it's such
so the idea was there, and because of that,
the iconic
a lot of
like
stuff,
theme song, and that's when like
pow, biff, bang.
Yeah, they had the comic booky like panels where people get hit and they pow, biff, bam thing, and then it might have been like how they fused. You know, the 1966 Batman with the more gritty, realistic comic book Batman, where he's doing all this. Like, I just like went through the Killing Joke, and that shit's pretty sick. And they just fused those two worlds into the animated series, to where it's still serious, but like as I said before, and our Batman Superman episodes, you never really see Joker killing anybody, but he's still doing it. Mm-hmm. Like, that's,
you know, people are dying.
You know, people
you don't
are
see
dying.
it, but people are dying.
Yeah.
And to, you know, touch back on the 66, you know, Bruce Timm, and
Bruce Timm and Barbara.
No. Paul Dini both have said, yeah, of course I remember watching that. And one of the guys, you know, to bring it up again, because I just love impersonations, and Ralph Garman does the perfect Adam West impression. It is damn near creepy. If you haven't heard it, look it up. He also does a very good Bowie.
How do you do a Bowie impression?
Oh, he does. I can't even come close to it. So we skipped from a lot of stuff to the Batman, but let's maybe tie up with the Black Man. That didn't come out. The Man in Black. Kind of Will Smith. Let's talk about the Night's Watch. Jon Snow's back. I tried to bounce, not the clearest segue, but we're here. Jon Snow, as you know from last episode. That was.
He comes back to life, my friends.
Man, he came up and just
back to life. Jon Snow is alive again,
and him just looking around and just the breathing, and just looking around, and then like. Kind of tries to want to stand up, and Davos is there, of course, and he's just kind of looking like, what the fuck do? You just kind of like, they're both just kind of standing there.
It looked like Jon Snow was about to fucking bolt.
Yeah,
like he was about to get up and just start running to wherever the fuck
would you do?
And Davos was just like, no, take it easy.
And then he does the thing, and it reminded me of the Bible a lot.
Are you just touching his wounds and shit?
Doubting Thomas. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you're clear about it, but yeah, I got like a kind of vibe from that. Yeah, he goes down to fucking touch his wound and shit, and like whole thing. And like just damn crazy.
The way he like just pulls back after it's like, oh, like they still hurt.
Oh yeah, because even later on, after he comes out, big beard, red man.
Yeah. Tormund Giantsbane
gives him a hug after saying he's got a very small pecker, which was just fucking funny. And he winces. Yeah, I mean, it's got hurt. He got stabbed a shit ton. Once in the heart, that he even said.
Yeah, never. His wounds haven't healed yet because he was dead. So this is like right after he got stabbed. Like the blood's coagulating because that's what it does in air, but his body's not healing yet. It hasn't
fucking crazy.
It is wacky.
So yeah, I'd assume that somewhere in between there, he has to get stitches. It's not just gonna.
Yeah, I'm sure he has to get stitches, or maybe like at any point in time. Do you think Beric Dondarrion got stitches for any times he died?
I was literally just thinking about the time that we actually saw the Hound chop into his fucking shoulder, and no, he just kind of sat right back up, and it's not like he was lopsided or some shit. So that's a good. I don't know how magic works.
Not in Game of Thrones universe.
Yeah. So no, we're just gonna let that be. He does not get stitches. Well, he does hang some people.
Now, as I was looking at it, watching this scene, and at the end where he just cuts the rope, hangs them all at once simultaneously. Before he does that, he walks up to each person. There's only 4 dudes there. He walks up to each person. He gets their little like output. Moves on to the next. He doesn't say any words. Boom you. Next person.
Well,
boom
yeah,
you.
He starts off. If you have anything left to say it now.
Yeah, one of those. Yeah, boom you. Boom you. Gets to Sir Alistair Thorne, and he's pretty much just like,
I would do this all over again.
Yeah, and then he gets to Ollie. Ollie's just straight mean mugging his ass, hardcore, and Jon Snow just turns around and walks away.
What was that other word that you used? Gully?
Gully. Mean mugging and gully.
Hashtag that, guys.
Hashtag mean mugging. Hashtag gully.
Mean mugging. Yeah, that's a good one. Because he was mean mugging him. Like, that's just, it sounds so good to come off because that's what he was doing. He was giving him that stank eye, man.
Like, oh, he hated him so hard.
You.
Now, I was thinking, like, how ridiculously, outrageously badass would it have been if instead of them being in a gallows, they each had their own chopping block, and Jon Snow walks up to one of them.
I thought about that, and I did think about, what you just said is his father always taught him, let their lives be taken by the sword. Mm-hmm. Your sword swing.
Whoever casts the sentence swings the sword.
So his one sword swing got it done in one foul swoop.
Yeah,
he did not pull a lever or anything because
it was more efficient.
And then he
just
I thought that was very clever.
That was nice.
Right, it was nice. It was
nice.
It was more Ned Stark in there, even though he wasn't on screen, young or old. He was technically there in that decision.
Mm-hmm. But like if he had just walked there and he just like thunk, cut that guy's head off. junk.
That's too
that
much.
guy's head off.
No one person should have to do that. I'd fucking lose my stomach by if I.
But I mean,
I bet beheading a man.
Think about it. Think about it. After he took Alistair Thorne's head, after Alistair Thorne said all that stuff, he's still hurting inside. Gets to Ollie. Now
that young kid can mean mug as much as he wants. He sees 3 heads roll, he's fucking crying, and John wouldn't have the heart for it. He had to do it the way he did. No person, especially a young little boy, watches 3 heads roll and just.
But he did turn, and he only looked at Ollie when he watched Ollie just like and just swing.
Yeah, that's another.
Dead as a
motherfucker.
motherfucker.
You talked about graphicness and turning back. That was. I mean, Thorin's eyes were popping out, man. It was.
This was after he was dying, though. You didn't watch them die.
You didn't watch them die, no.
You watched them. You watched them struggle.
But their dead faces were fucked. I mean, it's not just like people hanging on a rope. You could I've never really thought about asphyxiation in that sense. That their eyes were all popping out, blue faces, bloated. It was a little disturbing.
Yeah, and it was. Oh, that is a very vicious way that they did it too, because normally when you hang somebody and you pull out the thing that they stand on, they fall for a little bit so that when the rope tightens, it breaks their neck.
Hopefully,
that's how they die.
It reminds me of the Mummy.
But even though it's said that, if you break their neck, they still die of asphyxiation, because this time around, when their neck is broken, their brain can't send signals to the rest of their body for them to breathe. So that's what happens. It's depending on where in the neck that their neck breaks.
Why do you know so much, sir?
Well, since you said that, Nick, you might not live to see the end of the day.
Oh God, is that what this new necktie is for?
Yeah.
But no, that reminds me of the Mummy. You remember where she's trying to bargain for the guy's life, and he pulls in, his neck did not break.
Yeah.
That's all I think of when I think about hanging, unfortunately. Is
fucking
Brendan Fraser just
just straight tight neck, and it's just like, no, I'm not dying today. Fuck that shit.
Cut him down. That's a great flick, man. They can redo that. Tom Cruise is getting that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why are they redoing The Mummy?
Who the fuck knows?
It's so unnecessary. Brendan Fraser was fantastic in that shit.
I love him. I love that. I like all 3 of those. I think that it follows.
Who are they gonna replace Rachel Weisz with?
They already did.
Who?
She's not in the 3rd.
I don't
They
care.
already replaced her.
So they're gonna keep going?
Yeah, they're gonna reboot.
Fuck that shit. Yeah, reboot. So if they reboot it, who's gonna be the woman who plays Rachel Weisz?
I don't know. Big final fuck you, I'm so badass moment. Hangs him. Snow, excuse me, sorry, let's go back. Snow hangs him, looks at the faces of his murderers, feels content, this was what I did as almost his last thing as the Lord Commander.
How fucking badass would it, just to think, okay, you guys killed me. Now I'm killing you.
Fucking crazy. Takes off the giant big cloak, hands it to
Delaware said.
And what do you want me to do with this, man? Wear it, earn it, I don't really care.
The wall is yours.
The wall is yours. Castle Black is yours.
Mm-hmm.
My
watch is yours.
Has ended.
Mm-hmm.
My watch has ended. And when I heard that, it blew my fucking mind. It still kind of does. He did everything. He's not a turncloak anymore. He died for the wall.
Yeah, he did die for the wall. But he got
how many
brought
times
back.
you got to do it. Yeah. Fuck that.
He got brought back, and I was like, yeah, no.
Aren't you supposed to be on the wall? No.
Listen, dudes.
Until death.
Listen,
yeah,
dudes. My contract is over.
Yeah.
It says until I die, and I died. I don't have to do this anymore.
Yeah.
So now, when he walks out of there, I'm like, wow, what is Jon Snow going to do?
He's gonna go find his sisters.
I think he's going to start doing the things that he wanted to do below the wall.
South. He's going to go back to Winterfell, see what's going on there. Hopefully, by the time he gets there, Rickon isn't somewhat.
He's still alive, maybe.
Hopefully, Ramsay does love to fucking torture people, and he's out of a reek.
And yeah, I'm thinking that. Make a new reek out of him.
Why not? I need somebody who's... If I can't kill him, he's got to be somebody who can't say his own name. And when Theon was a good Reek, he did, but... Then again,
but I mean, also at the same time, it isn't like Ramsay Snow can kill anybody he wants to kill. He just chooses not to.
He's fucked. That guy sucks, in the best way, but
he's so evil.
He is. So a lot of stuff coming up. Game of Thrones.
It's kind of awesome.
I can't wait. Next Sunday, we'll be here for you guys. Hopefully, you come back for us. We're gonna do our spoiler-filled. I wanted to say Avengers again. No, it's Captain America: Civil War. That's coming this week too.
A spoiler-filled Civil War.
Civil War.
That's what I've been calling the movie Civil War.
Hopefully, we will get a guest on here. That'd be fun. Mr. John Aboy adding to us. Not like last time with Roy, where one of us doesn't have to be here. There will be a trifecta
of talking
of gluttonous geeks in this room. So stay tuned. Thanks for listening.
We love you.
We do.